a 16-4 statement made by 100 Thieves, or was it just that Furia were asleep? They didn't seem to wake up into that game, only netting themselves 4 rounds on their T side, which is normally a strong fight for this team. And instead, when 100 Thieves got over to their T side, they just kept the ball rolling. And guys, we don't seem to have too much luck with these predictions, I'll be honest. Like, I'm impressed by 100 Thieves, but Furia, hello, you're playing an upper bracket final match? Like, this is not what we expected.
I don't think any of us expected that one, James. I think that there's 2 sides to the story, right? There's the Thieves coming out playing hearts out, you know, some great Counter-Strike, great pace in it, very aggressive, I feel, as well on the CT side, and they just absolutely manhandled Furia, and Furia tried to pick up the pace. They tried to answer back with more pace. They tried to answer back with their own style of play, and this time around, it just didn't work at all. RT was involved in 11 open duels, only won 4 of those. That's not good enough for the main entry fragger for that lineup. The rest of the team combined was involved in 8, so a single player from Furia is involved in more than the rest of the team throughout the entire matchup. That's, you know, a disbalance that is not good enough, especially when he's not having a higher success rate with them. That being said as well, Jacob going 5 for 5 in opening duels, clutching it out here at the very late stages as well. It was just a great performance from the Thieves all over, and maybe this little week break they got was a good one for them.
Yeah, it must have been. Now, Potter, you actually found some good in what Furia had to offer on the drawing board this time around, so work your magic for me, please.
Yeah, so I wanted to go over, this was very early on. As you can see on the scoreboard here, it's at 4-0, and this was one of the only few rounds that Furia actually looked postured to win this series, a dominant Furia. Now you can see here, Yuri, he's throwing the Molotov, throwing the flashbangs, making 100 Thieves respect this potential A hit. You can see that Grat, he gets a little nervous, throws his smoke off early, and that's important because all the action that's happening towards this banana. Take a look at Art, he's got that MAC-10, you know what he can, all the damage he can do with that weapon, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's getting set up for success by Quesarado and Henny with all the utility follow him up. He's already taken out Jacob, picks up the AK, and he decides he's making the move. This is a perfect set piece in this exact scenario for Furia, with the smokes, with the utility, and just the pathing that he takes. And take a notice look at this spacing between Quesarado and Art. Just perfect spacing. You can see that Quesarado, his only job here is to work off the reactions of Art here. So if we can take a look at this point of view at Art, I want you to just take close attention to the spacing once again and just his conviction within this round. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly where the rotations are going to be coming from. And this, once again, is just a practice Furia. It's just really unfortunate that it was only in the 1 round throughout this entire Inferno match, James.
Yeah, sometimes you can't get it going, and at least on Vertigo, they're going to have to try all they might, but I'm going to come to the point that we just saw an actual full team performance. There's no one player carrying the way for 100 Thieves, and then we're going into Vertigo, which statistically, in this matchup against Furia, it goes in their favor.
Yeah, it's going to be a great task now for Furia. They have to reset themselves, they have to go into this matchup with a complete new mindset. I think Art, again, he's going to be the key to victory, especially on a map like Vertigo. He's constantly involved in these opening duels. As I said before, he only won 4 out of 11, I believe, and that's not good enough if you're Art. So if he can reset and readjust himself and be more efficient in the game, I think that would be a big enough, you know, piece for Furia to get competitive. That being said, though, the Thieves, last time they played Vertigo, they won 16-2 against Evil Geniuses, and they're by no means a bad team. So I don't know, Potter, I think you may be right here. I think the Thieves are looking good for Vertigo.
They certainly are, and man, Furia, we got to talk about also their post plans and the advantageous scenarios that they found themselves actually in this Inferno. There were several rounds. Think about that 4 versus 2 where JKS was a little extra savage and he turned it around and was able to pick off 3 Furia members. But these are the advantageous rounds that Furia found themselves in, and they were not able to convert. So although once again they looked so out of sorts on this Inferno, coming to this Vertigo, they've got to wake up and they've got to be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. That's normally what we don't have to ask of Furia, but we're going on to Vertigo. It's 100 Thieves map pick, and this should be a great game to watch, but 100 Thieves might stun us again. You'll see after the break.
You guys want to talk about Spunk? Azure had 100% KEST on that first map. That's
damn.
Spunk, okay?
What a showing. I mean, I'm still kind of a little lost for words. You know, we come into these matches prepared and expecting certain narratives to unfold in front of us. I don't know who had that lopsided of a result on their bingo cards, but you win, and the series isn't even done yet. Now we transition into Vertigo, and I've got questions because we've seen Furia with great Vertigo gameplay, and yet this is the map pick of 100 Thieves. Now, if they've got the individual level of Inferno transitioning here into Vertigo, oh my goodness, I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, I think this is a map that's all about preparation, so we're going to keep a close eye on that. And yeah, the reason that you always think that this is a very hard, I mean, Furia loses maps sometimes, but the reason it's so hard to play against them is because of the unpredictability of Art on A ramp.
Yeah.
So what is the response?
Sometimes he goes down the ramp, sometimes he goes up the ramp.
Sometimes
Either way,
spawn,
he is
up the ladder, whatever it is, something.
whatever he damn well pleases to do. Vinny, get out of there.
Oh boy.
You got that 5-7, you got the Kevlar, but he has caused a great distraction. If these T's don't check the sandbags, then Yuri, he could come into it. But, oh man, an offset crosshair because of the player jumping up onto the edge. Now Art and Henny, and Art yet again. He's gotten himself a second headshot here with the USP. Throws the frag to deny plant, but the bomb planter's actually peeled off already. So this smoke spam is gonna have to come to a close, and then we'll see how the 2v3 unfolds.
Crazy shot from Art, but yeah, they that one bomb plant, just tapping it, has drawn out all of the utility from the CT side. And wow, it's actually caused a rotation. They're peeling back a bit. JKS, he's sitting in an interesting spot. I mean, does this work out well for him? We'll find out soon. E250 claps come out, but
there's the beat
kind of
from
a
Henny.
wash. Oh,
He's
it's
gonna take a little bit more damage.
He's still good.
Liaz is going to plant this bomb, and he's got cover from JKS. At least enough cover for the bomb plant. Now, it's the desperate post plant, but excellent shots there from Liaz. Huge damage, doubled up by JKS. It's the 1v1 in the pistol. Henny's trying to give chase. Tapping away is Liaz, who pulls away the clutch.
Wow. I mean, that's a well-orchestrated round from 100 Thieves. It comes down to the wire, and it's this, again, the original tap of the bomb, then coming off, baits out the incendiary, the HE damage could have accounted for a kill, and then he ends up going back to watch the A ramp. It pulls the rotations out. It allows JKS to get back into the round. Then he comes back for the plant. They win the 2v3. Man, they're looking just as scary as Inferno already. Oh my god. Holy crap.
They just get chased out of the ladder room. Liaz couldn't hold them back with the sheer numbers. Art's got the Zeus. Got to keep an eye on that. But for now, 100 Thieves just looking to minimize mistakes. They don't technically need top mid control. They could just walk into a bomb site, but let's see if that works out for them, because Art, oh my god, nobody's ready for that peak. Luckily, it is traded back for 100 Thieves, and Gratisfaction gives the cover of another frag. 4 versus 2, bombs in tow, and A site falls beneath the feet of the Thieves. So Furia, they got that top mid aggression, but they don't turn it into much.
Yeah, they follow the kills. We've got the slink down into the post-plant retake situation with the USPs, but it is just food here for Liaz. It is just food. Eco cleanup. Also, JKS chimes in. 2-0 100 Thieves. Again, I mean, looking strong, but yeah, we'll see now. Establishing round of the game for Furia. First rifle up. Do we have the op option? It looks like no. Vinny will be able to afford himself an M4. And we've got a Mac 10, which could be terrifying considering Furia don't have a single player on head armor. Depends on what Azur can find here. Again, incredible impact in that first game. On top of all the stats, first of all, the lowest rated player of last game for 100 Thieves was a 1.26.
That's crazy. The lowest. Oh. Tons of damage being done here. So once Furia have the firepower, they sure as hell put down the damage. Killing Gratisfaction first and foremost, but then also weakening Jacob. So let's see if Liaz at the top of middle can start throwing a wrench in the works. There is Vinny to potentially challenge here, but Liaz, he's starting to flirt with the idea of extending out on mid, and the wider he goes, the more exposed he becomes. So he waits, and Vinny will as well.
Interesting. Yeah, they kept options open. They didn't completely commit to that A ramp. Art's low, and Vinny, you know, he means everything to the B side, of course. But look how spread out 100 Thieves are. They still aren't committing. Oh my God. Instinct.
They were
clap
waiting
from
for
Liaz.
that.
Yeah, and Vinny gives up his spot. That was really good to hold underneath the boost.
Yep. So
How
now
does he play
Liaz, he
around
can
the smoke?
start exerting a little bit more pressure. Yuri, he's over in the sandbags, pinned in on the opposite side of the map. So we've got gunfights unfolding on both portions. And with 30 seconds left over, Vinny, he decides to get proactive. He throws himself over the construction and sidelines Liaz, figuring out where that lurk was at. Can JKS and Jacob bring it back?
They're not
Got
gonna
only
expect
20
this.
seconds.
Another person going out to mid.
The bomb carrier on top of it. He's going to get the footsteps of Vinny and the headshot. Doesn't lose a single point of HP, and he's going to start charging over towards the A site. But we have a player on boost tucked in, and there's no way this plant happens. Denied. Jacob just needs to survive. And seeing as he has 3 health, he'll barely do so. That's Furia on the board immediately with the gun rounds.
Such great damage early on, so you're glad to see that amount to something. Art, 163 ADR, 5 kills already in these first 3 rounds. Definitely looking sharp and has been recently. But Yuri and him doing all this damage. First of all, him getting a kill, Yuri spamming him down. And then Yuri, later in the round, staying alive on sandbags for as long as he did means that 100 Thieves couldn't come close enough to a plant. But still scary round from 100 Thieves. Love how they kept their options open on top of working on A ramp that entire time and really just kept it as slow as they needed to. Oh my God.
Again, just throwing caution to the wind, trying to exert themselves here in gratisfaction. He's looking for the entry. That's a Molotov onto the feet of Yuri. He extinguishes it immediately, so they know he is pinned in. How do Furia lend a helping hand here? How do they get him out of danger? Go for the boost. Great call, but it gets called out. And Art now down to 1/5 his health. Because it is expected, here's JKS already in a extended position. A second Molotov to burn Yuri into the open, and this time he has no protection.
Oh.
It's a double man advantage here for 100 Thieves.
This is insane, man. Everything they're doing is so smart. Yeah, we'll talk about it if this round ends right here and now. It seems like it could. This is one of the sickest rounds so far, this whole matchup. Everything gets called out, number one. First of all, it's a save, I think, for Furia. Initially, first of all, Yuri goes sandbags again, but his spot is great because you can't spam sandbags. Even though he gets called out, it smokes it down. It delays for so long. They try to pull out the boost, but before all of this goes down, they try to go for the A ramp push, which is Art's bread and butter, Furia's bread and butter, but it's this consistent barrage of flashbangs. 100 Thieves say, you cannot come down the A ramp, period. You cannot play this game with us. You will never be able to dodge all these flashbangs. They'll keep on coming. They even eat some team flashes, but it doesn't matter as long as the CTs can't peek. And then from there, they establish, they force Yuri's position. They deny the boost, which was all part of Furia's plan once they got Yuri at the sandbags. And then from there, moved up. And once the time is up on that smoke and they don't have the boost kill, I mean, they're already low on options, low on grenades. And then they end up having to sacrifice Yuri to that next Molotov. So like every step of the way, 100 Thieves knew what was coming and dealt with it accordingly.
Hey.
Yikes.
That's not going to help. Yuri, a guy who's already in such a compromised position, he's just going to throw himself down the ramp. Hell, why not? He's doing tons of damage to the first 2, so excellent little lineup. They see him through the wall. Oh, Valve.
Was that the gun?
Yeah, something. Either his gun or his thickness. Somebody call Gaben. Get him on the case. We got to fix that.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Clipping, yeah, that's something that was meant to be fixed. Guns sticking through doors and stuff like that, but it's still not perfect.
Ooh. Blinding white flashbang, an excellent frag grenade. You know, Azur and Liaz, they were the 2 Ts left with some respectable level of health. But Azur gets chipped at. Now, they are going to boost Liaz here behind the wood. Could serve as a good chance to pop up. Oh, called out by Vinny. I love it.
That's nice.
And that was their full bar of HP, so things go from bad to worse here for Thieves. Gonna try to burst onto the B site in the last few 30 seconds, but Vinny and K Serrato hold the line. None of that. Get out. We've got Furia with a second.
Yeah, very nice from Vinny, man. The spam, of course. The first one, a bit unfortunate. Yeah, you just, he sees that. The second one,
Not his
that's
fault.
all. That's all Vinny. That's a huge read. No, not his fault at all. He's just taking advantage of the opportunities in front of him, as any good player should. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, it's a mix of things that happen in favor and against. And Art, no trade on this A ramp frag. That's a big one. Art getting away with murder once again, but Yuri dies as his right-hand man pushing down the A ramp. Art has no hope but to fall back, considering his HP.
Yeah, that's what any normal human being may think, but Art, sometimes he likes to throw himself into the action. And he is still back here as his teammates succeed in closing down the A site. Nicely done. It's Vinny and Henny, each with crucial kills. JKS will start sussing out this B bomb site, but nobody presents themselves for him to shoot. So he waits, and he buys a bit more time. CTs most certainly have arrived. It is Quesarado right on the other side of the smoke, and he may not expect JKS to be this close, but the longer he waits, the more alarmed Quesarado should be. Bomb now just outside of the site as well. A second follow-up smoke. Still no real chance for JKS to get into this, and losing Elias, revealing the bomb carrier, yeah, the jig is up. So he's stuck behind the smoke for the last 30 seconds, but a solid hold from Furia. Again, nearly losing out there with Art being so low. Yuri caught out of position, and in the end, it's still two crucial kills by Furia to claw back the man advantage and shut down this B bomb site. JKS is just looking for something. With 15 seconds left, he'll take nothing, and that's the game tied at 3.
Yeah, I mean, we know Furia on the A ramp is almost the hardest part of a lot of these rounds. And here in these last couple are definitely doing a lot better. That first run where 100 Thieves looked so good, it was all about the flashbangs and pushing them back. But some of this initial spam damage through the smoke, just kind of in a passive situation, honestly, is good enough for Furia. They're getting a kill, they're getting like 90 damage in, they're getting away. So Yuri dies, but it's definitely not worth as much as the fact that Art got a kill. From that far back, 100 Thieves will have to now slow it down. I think it's like their first eco in the whole series.
Yeah, 2 maps deep. What are these pistols? But, they'll sit back, relax, talk it out, enjoy the Glocks.
Yeah, I think you do try to fight Art again. I mean, he was close to dying a couple of those times. Jay comes like 1 bullet off. He kind of misses a bit because Art's the one who has to adjust. So if I'm 100 Thieves, I 100% entertain the thought of trying that one more time. But definitely, maybe they're better off to just like get him back, because when they get him back, even if it's 5v5, I think Furia are uncomfortable.
I mean, FaZe Clan did win a series today with just Glocks.
Yeah,
so I'm not letting my guard down again. See if 100 Thieves can at least make the most of the Glock rush. The dinks are decent. Quesarado taking a bunch of damage, but even more damage output than input. It's Furia holding the line entirely. Nobody dies. That's great for the cash, great for the economy, great for the confidence. Furia, they're going to take that 1-round lead.
Yeah, Vinny's fragging. Quesarado is definitely fragging. We saw his 3K entry round on Inferno. He is looking good too. But yeah, it's definitely a much closer game already. And it's really interesting. We looked at this, the map pick of 100 Thieves. We can see why now. They clearly have some preparation have gone into this to fight against Furia. So what is this A-ramp take going to look like this time around? Art in his comfort zone.
Inside smoke with no vision, where he somehow is found out by Gratisfaction. Then the op shot back by Henny, just over the tip of the smoke. Immediate 4v4 clawed right back. Oh, and he wants more. He doesn't just want this to be equal. He wants that man advantage. And he slams Jacob against the back wall. Henny, he's not going anywhere. He's going to look to hold this one. And as he repeats back out, he shuts down Azur, hits the leg shot versus Liaz. Henny, the one-man show, traded back by Yuri, but a one-tap from Justin Savage. That's a little nasty. It is the 1v3 attempt, and he's already cut down the first. He focuses over towards short, but he misses the labored spray. Vinny shuts it down, and Furia find their 5th.
Yo, that does come close once again, but bro, Henny, holy smokes, man. We've seen him in this exact same position do so much. I don't know if he's responding to tracers or if you can actually see him in that spot. if it was his head popping up over the top of that smoke, I don't know. It's a nasty shot, man. Gratisfaction did 50% of his health in like half of a second. That was his kill if Henny had taken any longer or missed, of course. And then he goes on to get 3 more tags. Crazy stuff by Henny.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. They're lining up. That's going to be easy peasy for Furia. 3 immediate frags. Again, just met by utility, met by gunfire, met by sheer presence. Almost the entire CT team over here, and they're just not going to stop. Henny through the smoke fighting JKS. Azur, he's just trying to find the deagle. There's bullet holes and blood all around him. There's charred marks from the frag grenades. That is a war zone on A ramp, and Furia the victors.
Damn, dude. And as that second line of defense, Henny now coming into the fold, taking more of a forward aggressive presence with the op. As soon as he picked it up, started getting kills. He got the 1 kill more passive, but now he's getting more comfortable into his spot. And it's somewhat of a volatile position, but he always trusts his teammates to be there to trade or to have Art push up with an MP9. But I think 100 Thieves, I don't think they want to leave this half without establishing on A ramp most of the time. And Vinny, another great kill. He's been fantastic for Furia as well.
I don't think the boost will be as predictable this time around because they're not in the middle of trying to bail Yuri out of a very known position. So nobody actually shows themselves here to Art. Instead, it looks like we've got a change of direction. JKS feeling out top middle. Now the T's are in position. And sure enough, oh, it's labored. But they get both players off of the boost. Molotov goes in front of Gratisfaction, so he cannot give chase up short. But the CTs decide to stick in position.
Looking for that boost play once again.
Yes, sir.
Vinny up on default. Bomb comes towards A. Looks like they're going to commit to this.
It's going to be tough to get through the defense, but it's going to be a clash. Smoke pops at the base of Crane. Jacob has one lined up for the bomb site. There's still a heavy emphasis for Furia here on short. And if it's compromised, then the rest of the setup is screwed. JKS looking to go through, will spray back. The man advantage there for just a moment. Art, he's the difference maker, so it seems, but JKS cuts it down to the 1 versus 2, and down he goes. A 7th round for Furia.
Yeah, they're working hella hard for this. They lose the opening kill, so that's one of their outs. They come up the A ramp late. It's after all of Furia's presence is over with, but I think Vinny gets the kill at mid by himself. That's the big one, and that eases things up. Rotations are in for Furia. They try a couple of things. They take a little damage, but they don't lose any players. And of course, that's where they're going to be the most comfortable. So now Furia get another chance. A lot easier of a round. 100 Thieves are going to be buying up the Tech 9s. Unfortunately, the right and left click comes in. Yeah. The limb flash.
It's the pressure, man. You know, sometimes it gets to you. Henny's ready. 4 Tech 9s. You love to see it. Rip CZ. End of an era. And he's still just patiently waiting for this one. They put down the smoke in the perfect position. Flashbang as well, but that's not enough. They could flash him, they could smoke him, and Henny's still gonna somehow claw 1 frag to the scoreboard. Now, Vinny, well, he deals with the player who does manage to get through construction, and it's Azur and JKS left. They could still pinch this site had JKS not died, but with Azur being surrounded already, he just tries to look for a follow-up frag. Furia, they have made very quick work when it comes to those anti-ecos.
Trading map picks, is that the storyline that we're going to see? Henny, man, he looks prescient. He's clearly, I mean, he's been fantastic so far on CT side here, showing off his talents, not only at A, but also at mid. Pocket aces, 2 of the 3 pistol round aces at DreamHack Masters NA were from 100 Thieves, and 2 were against Furia. Oh.
Very true. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, the other ace would have been... Wait. Zeppa. Yeah. Should be Zeppa.
Oh, Zeppa, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
The 1v5 construction.
1v5, yep. Not just
ace, not only an ace. Yeah.
Clutch. Gets even worse.
Whoa, and this is where Furia power up even further. They've got 2 ops this time around, Henny and Art joining forces. Really scary. I mean, there's high probability you see one op, you walk into the other. And they're already having so many problems with just the one op. Art doesn't even have to be here at the A ramp. And he's like, I got this, man.
Oh, not the best Molotov. Honestly, at this point, somebody could have told me that the map veto was actually backwards and that each team chose the opposing pick, and it would make way more sense.
They're playing. Well, that's why the veto was so weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
Whoa, Art, dangerous games, glorious rewards. He gets the
Crazy.
headshot versus Liaz, drops the bomb, and then just ejects. It's like he was never there.
Yeah, that's pretty much the story of Art. Whips his cape out, disappears.
Well-timed Molotov, gonna land right on the heads. 100 Thieves scatter. Gonna have to let that one burn out. And once it's gone, they frag. Could have been far worse for Thieves. But they're ready to hit this. And it seems like Art expects it in anticipation. He posts up on the orange box. There's the first one at JKS. And he smokes himself out of the position. Falls back to mini quad and drops bomb. Another. Art pop is just too damn good. A 4-piece here in round 12, keeping the Thieves at a distance. They still trail by 6.
What a clip. He even drops down the ladder for the first frag. This one, boom, comes back up, holds down B, calls out the boost. Perfect grenades to set himself up to. Knew exactly what was coming his way. Slaps him up. Beautiful stuff from Art.
Sends him packing back to pistols. Whoa, whoa, looks like a bit of aggression here. You gonna try to play this game again, huh, Thieves? Gonna try to weaponize what Art does best.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way around it. This is the game you got to play versus Furia. They get him back, but wow, man, beautiful spray through the metal too. I mean, they asked for so many bullets, and Yuri comes out of nowhere from the sandbags once again. Of course.
Down goes Liaz too, so doing it dirty. I like that. I mean, Vinny hits the wall bang. We had Art kind of blocking them off from taking control of short. Yuri with 2 from the sandbags play. So just very nice pieces of an A-hold, right? Wall bang first, sandbag second. It's all going too well for Furia.
I think versus another team, like a worse team, we see 100 Thieves have a good time in this map coming off the last map, but versus Furia with the amount of talent, it's just nuts. Like, they can just keep up. Art is 16-4. Holy.
What a beast. Oh,
Henny.
man. Yeah, he's not missing shots either. He's hitting the flicks. He's hitting the holds. He's starting to burn alive, but down he goes. Still one-man advantage here for Furia. They're looking to just bolster the A site. Jacob, he's going to have that smoke fade in just a moment, but all of Furia's players are here on site. And down goes Azur. So not going to be getting any easier. Jacob, he has just been waiting and waiting and waiting to regain vision. And by the time he does, everybody's dead. Furia, this is almost flawless.
I know, right? What is going on, man? Map to map. I guess the veto was, this is why the veto is weird. This is why the veto is weird. It's always weird when Furia pick into Inferno, when they're like pretty good at Inferno, but not like home map pick it good. 6 out of the top. Oh, yeah, go for it.
6 of the top 10 highest rated players in the NA Masters are in this game. 4 from 100 Thieves.
Wow.
Yeah. Wild. You know, if you isolate the results of just DreamHack Masters in terms of the online events ongoing, 100 Thieves look really good. You know, all their hiccups were elsewhere. In terms of DreamHack Masters, they seem to be the best. Not here on Vertigo, not at the moment. Furia looking to potentially improve on what was a very lopsided first half on the first map. Don't forget, 100 Thieves, they had the 11-4. Well, Furia could shoot for this 12. And there's no real reason to doubt their ability to get this.
Yeah, you have a point, man. You're like, you know, referencing 2-0 versus Cloud9 and Gen G to get here. Close loss 1-2 versus 100 Thieves. Oh my God.
Yep.
Well, that's one way to get a 4th round. Yeah, they've made it fast into B.
Looking like a 4th JKS. He heads forward into Henny. Art, 1v4 attempt here to close the first half. So it is definitely going to be the 11-4, I would say. But, with this man alive, he is 17-4 at the moment. He could give us a glorious attempt nonetheless, or he'll just die inside the smoke. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But this 11-4 brought to you by Furia. Join us after the break to see if 100 Thieves have any life in them.
You've got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images, yeah. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no. You've got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images, yeah. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no.
A stunning first map and a stunning first half here on Vertigo. We had 10 unanswered rounds in a row for Furia where there wasn't even a bomb plant. Sorry, tell me again, who chose this map?
This is like 4-5 at one point. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is 100 Thieves picking into Furia's Vertigo. And yeah, I guess Furia were pretty happy to see that based on what we've seen. At first, 100 Thieves, man, they looked really good. The game plan was coming into play. It was 4-5, but how quickly that dissipated.
Yeah, I mean, once upon a time, they led by, what, I think it was a 4-1 at one point, 3-1. Either way, what's important now is Furia didn't let off the pedal from the first half to the second. They have just charged through middle into the B bomb site, wrecking face at every corner that they happen to turn. Now, there is a chance on the retake. It is two very capable players in JKS and Jacob. They will try to come in from the same direction. It will not be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Jacob hoping somebody steps back into his crosshair, but that doesn't happen. K-Serrato is distracted, and there's the second. Both these players piecing a headshot onto the kill feed. Let's see if Vinny can come in with the clutch. He's got both CTs pushing at him. He's starting to lose a bit of health, and they've done it. Or have they? Yeah, JKS has the kit.
Oh, they clutch it. Oh my God, that's wait, whoa, what is this? A 2v what?
2v3, 2v4.
2v3 or 2v4?
1, 2, 3.
Whoa. Hey, well, we said we can cite Zonic in saying that the
2v4,
11-4 scoreline is the most deceptive. So maybe. Now we'll see. Axel, our producer, said 100 Thieves, they're coming in hot this half. He initially thought they were T-side in the second half, so maybe he's crazy, but he seemed pretty confident about both CT and T-side.
Ooh, good flash. I mean, the difference between the 11-4 on Inferno to 16-4 close is obviously Furia weren't able to win that second pistol. Well, 100 Thieves were. This would be a wild comeback, an incredible comeback, and it all definitely hinged on that pistol. But it's the best way to give yourself any sort of a chance.
Yeah, I do think that Furia's, from my perspective, well, the side that looks harder to play against is their CT side. So, you know, like Kenny and Art and Vinny makes that CT side just a nightmare. So we'll see now. Interesting boost. Actually works to hold this. No more quick switching. No more of that.
Oh, there's the first, but well-timed on Art, and Jacob's got the difference maker. That double kill right there. He was going for a third, but hold on. If we could have JKS and Jacob 2v4 in the pistol, then there is no reason that K Serrato and Yuri can't do the exact same here. They both have AKs, which are in fact better weapons than what the CTs have, despite them winning that pistol. There's still the smoke and the quadruple flashbang as well.
Interesting spot here. The smokes help out. That flash means they didn't even, I don't think they even knew the bomb was going down.
Ooh, now they know, and they're going to try to move forward, but oh no, they flash themselves, and Yuri lines them up. That's Furia bouncing right back after losing second pistol.
On his last bullet headshot, too, that would have been a one-on-one reset. And yeah, the flash, of course, with the lineup. Well. Winning the pistol, not so important, it seems. Once again, crazy. He had to switch out and get out of there.
The most passive of mid holds. You literally can't go any further. Armor and pistols. Gonna be the attempt here for 100 Thieves. Looking to play down the bottom of A ramp. Looking to get aggressive a la Furia. But no frags come off of it. Whoop, that's awkward. Catching him, Vinny, on the other side of the railing. Just runs up into the B bomb site. He realizes with that frag that he has tons of space at the B site, so he absolutely calls his team into action, and you can see them just forfeit A, moving over to plant that bomb on B with zero contest. Once Liaz goes down, that's it, that's all. This round is over, 13-5.
There's so many strange angles for people that they have to get used to on Vertigo still. We're seeing some of them get exploited. Bomb plant in, clean round here. 100 Thieves will recycle, come back stronger. Next round, they'll try again. And yeah, they had a really good start versus the A-side take. They didn't really play down the ramp and try to get in their faces in the beginning, but they had that boost that doubled as a good hold around the J-Hall, and that still wasn't enough. Furia, scary on the entries, looking just as scary as CT side already.
Yo, Deagle spam. Connects to the head eventually. So it's looking like 4 survivors for both teams? Yes. That's where we're left off. So 8 survivors there in round 18. But obviously it's that huge lead that's the most intimidating aspect of it all. And not to mention, still not too much cash. So 100 Thieves, either they try to force the issue or they let number 14 slip onto the board. And then it's 0 margin of error from there on out. Oh, fast fight. Nice. Oh, never mind the Tech 9. CZ back in action. Azur, 5-7, gives chase. What's going on here? We've got pistols fighting for the top of mid and taking all of control.
Instant clean headshots right there. K Serrato. Oh, they've got a teammate coming up the ladder as well. So they're going to try to deal with this threat. Maybe not come up. I don't know. Yeah, they do. 2 of them to pressure them out of mid. Fighting here, I guess, to deny them taking up the guns, but they're already out with the AKs. And they can definitely reset in this spot.
There's options to boost players on top of boxes. Can give you a deep line of sight towards CT, but I've also seen defensive players sit in a position where they call that out. kind of where Azure is right now. So it looks like instead they're going to trudge along and try to hit the A site from the back. Vinny besting Jacob. That definitely creates space, and more importantly, it takes away one of the two AKs. JKS and his pistol has also been bested, and the man advantage now back up for Furia, but Azure, he's in. He's in with a kill, and he tries to give chase versus Vinny, who is up close still with that bomb. The damage has been done. Liaz, he needs these USP taps, but K Serrato blocks him away, and Furia find 14.
Some nice angle clearing there from Vinny, nearly leading. I mean, he was not the star of the first half because Art and Henny had these amazing op rounds on both sides of the map, but Vinny, he was quietly getting all of these different rifle frags throughout, meticulously working in the background to allow Furia to get this amazing first half and hold it.
Yeah, so far so good, but we do know they saved for these weapons. They saved for this final chance to bring it all the way back. Huge lead for Furia, but not in this round. 5 versus 3 for 100 Thieves very early.
Yeah, that's some pretty sick rifling from Gratisfaction, and he'll be able to go and grab an op if he'd like to in mid. And I've got a player camp in it. Gratisfaction will take his time. If they win the round, it's still there. It's not going anywhere. And I feel like Gratisfaction in that first map was one of the players who had very unfortunate rounds, even though he was still playing so well. Just goes to say that his impact was extraordinary. Could have been even higher.
Henny scopes in on Gratisfaction. Ooh, and even though he gets the dink on the wide swing, Henny puts an end to that. No fun and games to be had over on this B site. Look, he's even calling out the player back on quad. Vinny, he's honed in on Liaz, and Liaz has minimal cover. Now that that's confirmed, he's probably going to have teammates coming to help from both directions. This is such a crucial fight, but Liaz is doing a great job of denying Vinny any attempt. However, Vinny deals with the rotator first and foremost. Yuri's the last man.
Whoa, he sees him.
Fly, but JKS denies, and that's 100 Thieves with 6.
Man, it's so crazy how close these rounds will be, no matter what. Yeah, Fury almost picked that up. Vinny, man, so terrifying to see him work those angles. These players are amazing, man. Gratisfaction, the headshot in instantly on what's basically a pre-fire, and Henny hits that flick, so he can't get a single next bullet in. That's how quick he is. That's how accurate he is.
Ooh, fast incendiary thrown down here at the base of B. Looked like Furia wanted to maybe pick up the tempo here. That Molotov holds them off for a little bit. They're not going anywhere, though. They want this B-bomb site. And even the frag grenades that were then just underhanded downwards, they did minimal damage. So this is a lot of firepower just staring the B site in the face. Oh, and it's the Galil from Henny that's good, first and foremost. Liaz ripped away from the bomb site. Second CT just tries to run away here. Jacob's gonna lend a helping hand, and that grenade, oh, great damage. Henny dropped very low, but Gratisfaction, he's peeled off from the site, so it's a 4 versus 2, but JKS through smoke didn't even see him. All the while, Jacob, he's creeping closer, and JKS gets Art off of the bomb. It's inside of the smoke that Yuri's now denied. Caught by surprise. Art 1v2, and he's trying to play around, but JKS isn't playing your games. Look at the health that's left over.
20 and 14, 180 R, basically the only shining light on this team. Everybody else, 9, 9, 8, and 6 kills compared to JKS's 20. So the one constant since the first map, he was a star on the first map, and I think the player had multi-fragged every single round they won, some stat like that Elliot had brought up. It's the only thing holding this together, really. Besides Gratisfaction, I guess.
Oh, JKS only one. Henny's P250 quick response, and that was with 1 point of health. So, I mean, obviously still CT's in full control, but a couple of kills go to the way of Furia, and that's something more than nothing.
I like the beat retake grenades that they use, even though that round came close and it came down to this 1v2, 10 HP on 2 players. the way that they dealt with all the players entering the site was quite cool. I think it was just hard for them to predict how Furia would entry and like take onto the site and where they would be standing early on. Because a couple players died through a smoke, running in off audibles. Furia are not going to be shy when it comes to making a read and spamming. And that's obviously the really hard thing that to prepare for. You could have all those sparring partners in the world in North America, but who the hell is going to prepare you for Furia?
I love how Liaz has slowly just fallen back further and further to the site. First he's on quad, got stuck. Then he was orange box, got stuck. Now he's hiding behind the slimmest of covers, and he actually manages a frag here, so this is great. An initial hold, and Azur ends up helping out with yet another. That's the bomb confirmed, and don't forget, the entirety of Furia is here on the bomb site. JKS just jump spotting over the smoke, but Art, he's just beneath him, and even Art gets rubbed out. JKS, 24 and 15. What are these frags?
I don't know, but I want this game to go on a bit longer just to see if he can keep it up. Art obviously reloading in a smoke, kind of unfortunate timing for him, but this jump spot, beautiful. Art's like, I'm going to deal with you in a second. Let me build this gun again. 14-9. It's another eco round. I mean, it looks like 100 Thieves can at least bring this to a dignified scoreline. Whether or not they can win, I have no idea if they could actually win this match. Would have thought no way after that first half, and then losing the pistol, or losing the second round after the pistol.
Round, yeah.
Seriously. Like, how do you mentally come back from that?
Especially as a team that we saw mentally not be able to finish like 12-3 halves last week. Yeah. That's the wildest part, you know? Like, I thought this one was done and dusted. We were going to move on to the third, and you know, maybe then 100 Thieves can take the series, but they're not supposed to be able to take Vertigo. Not after that first half. And yet here we are, in a world where it seems possible, although still improbable. This round should definitely be that of the Aussies. They haven't been doing a very good job of keeping Furia off of this A site this round, but that could all be playing into their hand. They have huge amounts of utility, and even if Henny tries to bomb plant, look, he's dropped to 4 health. But what you don't want to do is start spamming too many weapons to the point that you're then caught off guard by some kind of a flash push. You know, there is that one flashbang on Case Serrato, and if he blinds 2 or 3 people, then suddenly there's a very real chance that Furia can maybe topple a player, grab a gun, and make something of this one. But there's that flashbang, and there's the success. A second from Henny. Now the rest of the CTs have to pick up the pieces, and so far, so good. Man advantage back. Azur down. Jacob now finishing it off, and the defuse shines through. Double digits for Thieves.
Yo, I do like it from Furia, the way that they played close off of the smoke, gave it their real best shot. That reminded me of how FaZe won that Glock round versus NIP on Arch, peeking all at the same time and not playing post-plant spots to just simply get melted down and as the time goes down. But yeah, tack timeout called here for Furia as they talk about things. They've been giving a lot of love to B. It's actually worked out quite well for 100 Thieves. Liaz gets pushed into a more and more awkward spot, but he's been adapting. King of Ramp. Art has had 5 multi-kill rounds and won 5 of his 6 opening duels in the first half. And that's the thing, man. He is the king of the ramp. He is so hard to fight. And even when he's not there, he's got his next man up, Henny, to take the reins. The kill distribution on Furia, literally much like 100 Thieves in that first half. The frags, the tides are starting to rise, though, for 100 Thieves on everybody. 24 and 16 for JKS, but everybody else has creeped up into the double digits at the very least. And we are 2 rifle rounds a row if 100 Thieves streak this into a tie.
Things are really getting interesting, and I'm all for it. Let's see if they can hold this off. Gratisfaction finds Art doing what he does, trying to find that space, trying to create a timing here on A. And he has turned back the other direction. Now that actually opens a bit of space here for JKS, and yeah, he was trying to figure out whether they're close, and he expects it. Very susceptible to spam damage back through tarp, so well done by JKS to immediately eject and get back into cover. He's got to be cautious, though. He could easily die to this boost. He has 8 health. There it is. Frag grenade comes soaring in, and we're back to the one-man advantage.
But Furia not working on any lurks. No mid-control involved. Just going to be full on A. Some of their last bits of utility come up.
Yep, they're able to get on the bomb site, and they drop the offer up close. Then Vinny, he takes to the top of the box. He's got himself one, but it's Case Serrato making the difference. Liaz, 10 and 18 at the moment, coming in for the clutch, has to deny Case Serrato after he's already put up 3 frags this round. Henny just gets around the short corner, and Liaz, whoa, he's gonna go ahead and throw that smoke on bomb. So this nullifies the short play. Molotov burns him forward, and he knows it's gonna be a stretch. He taps that bomb once, he gets the spray down through the smoke. Henny, he's now removed!
Oh, no way!
And Liaz, 14 health, just enough time. He takes the Thieves to 11.
The spray transfer 1v2, that spot called out. That was a wrap for Furia. Put a bow on it. How?
Look at that, man. Moves it over to Case Serrato. In the off chance that Liaz had actually stuck the bomb. Oh my, if you don't die. JKS has taken 10 opening duels and won 8 of them over 2 maps.
Wow. Whoa, a great stat to pair with a fantastic 1v2, man. That's mad.
Addictive. That was Liaz sitting at 10 kills thinking, I don't want to be the bottom fragger.
It's the back-to-back buys, though, so it's not only back-to-back buys, actually Henny on an op as well. So they've done well for their economy to put themselves in this position. The holds so far have been pretty good, but that was a nice regroup. Even though they were down a man, Furia grouped up through all of their last bits of utility, even saved a Molotov for the post plant and just decided to go fast together, and it ended up being right. Oh no. We know how important the damage is at this point. Seriously, I mean, this could mean a lot. Case Serrato tagged down low.
Who's the culprit?
Knife in the back. Who's the turncoat?
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, that doesn't make this any easier. Although one more round, just one more round, will at least secure overtime. And you know that's half of the pressure kind of off.
He's spotted.
Jacob sits back, jumps onto the top of the box. There are 3 T's on the other side of that smoke. He gets in some real damage before having to fall off himself. Oh, Art through the box, finding Jacob and just looking for more, just shoving bullets through the smoke. And JKS could do the exact same. This is wild stuff. But Henny, he's got that deep line of sight, and if anybody jumps up in CT spawn, they're doomed. It should be Gratisfaction dying, but he sees the head, and that Molotov, oh, Henny, he sits inside of it, still gonna be dropped by that op. It's low HP on 2 of the last 3. Furia trying to hold the line. It's a wild spray from Art, and it works fantastically. Gratisfaction's gonna get knifed, and Furia, oh, they take 15.
We are working with pixels on some of these kills that need to come out. I can't believe Grat gets that first frag over the sandbags. Henny trying to be as tricky as possible, but Art, he was on point this entire time through the smoke, finding targets, using that audio. He is so good with the audio. Of course, he closes the round sitting on default, where no one wants to be, where everyone gets naded. He moves there.
And he wallbangs a player through the box before even ever trying to plant. My God. Also, Yuri stole the knife kill, but I'll let that slide.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, yeah. I mean, technically, he might have got hit with it, so he did, you know, but oh my God.
Yeah, it's not going to stop. Art, he takes a lot of damage, but he's already gotten himself that kill. Frag grenade almost hits Gratisfaction in the face. He's still been spotted. Art has to be the difference maker at this point. He is creating tons of space, but this one's not quite over. They've got that bomb in. Henny gonna shut down Jacob first. It's Azur and Liaz, 2 versus 3. And the T's deep ramp control cutting Azur out of the equation. Liaz, we saw the 1 versus 2, but the 1v3, not possible. Furia closing Vertigo, 16 rounds to 11.
That was beastly towards the end of the game, man. Those rounds were intense. Back-to-back situations that came so close. Amazing performance from some players on both sides, honestly. But Furia with the great half to start, the second round after the second pistol to bring it back. I mean, they threw everything at 100 Thieves. Kind of impressive 100 Thieves got that close, but also not surprising that Furia were able to win with all of those elements involved.
And if it wasn't for Liaz in that 1 versus 2 on the A site retake, then this one would have been done even sooner. So, wild antics here on Vertigo. We've got these teams exchanging map picks, and now we are led to that third. So, after the break, the analysts are up. Me and Mohan will meet you guys on train.